Hey, being a man or a woman of your word is literally everything. I just got finished reading a book that I read every single year called The Four Agreements. And one of the agreements is being impeccable with your word. And it talks about how your word literally shapes your life. And it starts from just being a man of your word. Doing what you say you're going to do. I know me personally, right? For the people who, let's say you're not that talented at a certain thing, depending on what area of expertise you're in. Let's say you're a basketball player. Let's say you're a business owner. Let's say you're a football player. You might not be the most talented, but when you can be a man of your word, AKA being reliable and actually showing up, it means everything. Y'all don't understand how important this is when it comes to building a business, building relationships. I'm talking about intimate relationships and business relationships. Your word will literally take you to places that talent will never ever take you. And let me explain. So like on the subject or topic of sports, right? You see how like Kyrie Irving, right? We all know who Kyrie Irving is, one of the best basketball players in the world, talent-wise. But he's not reliable, which is why he's been to several teams over the past couple of years. It's always something. Now, don't get me wrong, when he do show up, he go far and beyond what a regular average NBA player would do. But as an owner, do I want to take on that investment knowing that he has a history of not showing up and not being reliable versus somebody like Jimmy Butler, right? Jimmy Butler, he's not the most talented. He's definitely a good basketball player, but you can assure that he's going to show up every single game, every season, ready to go. Like literally his bone got to be broken in order for him not to play in the game. And I much rather, and business owners all across the world would rather much have a person like that on their team rather than a Kyrie Irving. Actually, it was a study showing that, and they asked a bunch of millionaire business owners and billionaire business owners that, would you rather have somebody who is 100% reliable but kind of average versus somebody who's going to show up only 75% of the time, but they go crazy when they do show up? And 90% of the people have chosen the reliable person. Like even for me, right? I'd rather have somebody who's gonna show up. Let's say they give you the bare minimum. Let's say as a business owner, I hire somebody to do something for me. They doing only what's required of them. No overtime. They're not going beyond what's on that job description. But they show up every single day on time. And they do what they're supposed to do and they leave. It ain't nothing extra, ain't nothing to be excited about. They get paid their paycheck, it is what it is. Versus somebody who got the potential to like be damn near the CEO. However, they call out once or twice a week. But when they do show up, they are highly productive. I can't count on somebody like that, honestly. I need you to show up every single day. So if you're not the best, at least I know that I can rely on you to actually be here. And if you aspire to be somebody, to be a man of your word, I want you to have an understanding about something because it can get dangerous. Knowing when to say no. Actually making no your default is an important aspect of growth. I know for myself, right? When I was up and coming in the real estate industry, I used to say yes to many people when it comes to helping them do certain things and helping them find a buyer or just something that got to do with their real estate deal. And I always would say yes to too many people. I would overextend myself, basically not allowing myself to be a man of my word because I didn't have enough time. And this is when growth becomes a part of you as a business owner or just as a person, knowing when to say no, knowing what's important and what's not important. Sometimes you might have to say no to something that's maybe important or opportunity to make room for an even amazing or greater opportunity. And I talk about this all the time, the power of no. Having your year of no, especially when you want to grow as a business owner or entrepreneur, you got to know when to say no. Sometimes you got to know when to say no to family members, to loved ones. We know you want to be a man of your word. You want to help as many people as possible, but sometimes that's not the best thing to do for you. You want to be a man of your word to yourself first before anybody else. And what it's going to do is, like mentally, it builds so much self-confidence when you are a man of your own word and you say you're going to do something and you actually do it. What it does to you and your confidence, it takes you to so many different heights and new heights and new levels. I know for me, just like reading 10 pages a day out of a book, right? If that's a goal of mine to do every day, and I just do that, right? That's easy to do. but it's easy not to do as well. But when you just do that every day, it builds your confidence. Start small and say no to the bullshit. Like, say no to stuff that's not gonna really impact and move the needle for you. When you do say yes to somebody, as far as, you know, being a man of your word and carry out a task that somebody has asked you to do, once you go ahead and commit to that, over communicate and get started immediately, y'all. So if somebody says, yo, can you do such and such for me by tomorrow at noon? Don't wait until tomorrow to get started on that. I want you to over deliver. So when you're a man of your word, you don't want to be a bare minimum man of your word type of person. You want to be over the top man of your word. Not only can I rely on you, but at the same time, you're going to take stuff to the next level. And that's how you create opportunities for yourself when it comes to anything, man. Just anything in general, as far as like your personal relationships and business relationships. And for me, I try to live by that. If I told y'all I'm going to do something, it's very rare that I'm not going to do it. Something has had to happen, like life-changing for me, not to carry out what I told you I was going to do. And look, this is the book I was talking about, The 4 Agreements. I read this every single year, and I'll let you read it on yourself. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it's about, but it's a small read, and I recommend everybody go ahead and go buy this book. Actually, I'll put a link to the description below. But one of the first agreement in this book is having an impeccable word, if I'm not mistaken. Can't remember exactly, but basically being a man of your word, so important, y'all. Again, on this channel, man, I try not to talk about all real estate. I'm gonna try to talk about things, the other things that you can't see, the intangibles of what you can't see, to actually grow as a person. Therefore, it's gonna impact you growing a profitable business at some point. Super important that we talk about these things, but I hope this video helped y'all. I hope it opened some of y'all eyes. And y'all know my slogan, man, let's get it.